Kathy. Mike Carney is there. That was good.
The town that climbs the mountain and looks out on the sea, in speaking time or waiting time, 'twas there I long to be. To walk again that kindly street, the place where my life began, with those boys from Watershire, who wandered far around. With cudgels stout we roamed about, in search of pleasuring. We searched for birth in every port, from little to running. We danced for joy beneath that sky, I felt no page or plan. We were boys of Watershire, who wandered far around. And when the hills were bleeding, and those rifles were raised, to the rebel homes of Kerry, those Saxon raiders came. The men who dared the Aussies and shot the black and tans were all boys from Watershire, who hunted far around. But now they toil on foreign soil, where they have made their way, deep in the heart of London town, or over in Broadway. And I am left to sing their deeds and praise them while I can. Those boys from Watershire, who hunted far around. And here's a toast to them tonight, wherever they may be, by the groves of Carner River, or the slopes of Binnity, John Dolly and Barandy, and the Sheehans, Con and Dan, were all boys from Watershire, who hunted far around. And when the wheel of life runs out, and peace comes over me, just lay me down in that old town, between that hill and sea. I'll take my sleep in those green fields, the place I grew a man, with those boys from Watershire, who hunted far around.
Right, Carney. We're going to get Mike Boston and Sheriff's Carney might come up here as well. I think, yeah. So Mike is well known in the area, or not Mike? John Brosnan and Son is right. And you all know Seamus Cal. Take it. We couldn't don't want to forget anyone, so we've got Mary's going to sing a song and Stephen will sing a song first. So definitely don't want to forget anyone if needed. Nearly with the list in here, so we want. And we'll hang on to them for the end as well, because Paddy and Mary are met then to have set, to wrap it up with that, after Mary Sullivan and Stephen, maybe Johnny Gann give us an old verse as well, before we wrap. So, a couple of hornpipes then. Mary Sullivan. Mary is Padraig's sister.
I usually sing my sister, so you'll have to excuse me now, a bit rusty. I'm going to sing The Land of the Gate. I wish I was westward in Dingle, on the golden sands of Billabong, where it waits for the mountain of Brandon to appear in the red light of dawn. I gaze over Smerwick Harbour to the yacht and its billowing sail. My body is here in the Bowery, but my heart's in the land of the Whale. Too free with the juice of the barley, it softens my will and my brain. And whenever I save a few dollars, I fall off the wagon again. But I'm thinking of Kerry in Ireland, the Blaskets and fair Counterbill, when the sun is a rainbow of fire as it sets on the land of the Whale. Another wind like an a knife it cuts through me. I'm at hunger, I'm ready to fall. And the snowflakes are swirling around me as I head for the church mission hall. I hear the reed sound of the skylark, and I listen to the curlews sad wail, as over the ocean they call me to come back to the land of the whale. For it's 50 long years since I left it, a young fellow still in my prime. Did I ever return? Now you ask me. I go back every night in my dreams. Yes, the call of my homeland's so powerful, and I'm certain this time I won't fail. And I'll hear my own song, and again I'll be young when I'm home in the land of the gale. Yes, I'll hear my own song, and again I'll be young when I'm home in the land of the gale.
Well done, Mary. We will only hear as well as sing a song now in your reservation, I know. Eileen, oh jeez, Eileen. Eileen Conan.
When will you bring? When will you bring me my love? I'm counting down the days. When will you bring me my love? Along the wild Atlantic way. I'm 60 years in Nova Scotia, waiting for the day that we're returning homeward along the wild Atlantic way. When will you bring me my love? I'm counting down the days. When will you bring me my love along the wild Atlantic way? Remember when we went to Bunpeg, shipwreck in the bay? We sat and watched the northwest sunset along the wild Atlantic way. And the time we climbed Cropatrick, we nearly went astray. Our legs were aching, falling off us along the wild Atlantic way. When will you bring me my love? I'm counting down the days. When will you bring me my love along the wild Atlantic way? The time that we went skinny dipping down near Derrynay, we smelled the Galway salted ocean all along the wild Atlantic way. And the time we heard Willie Clancy piping in Malbay, we sang and danced till the morning hours all along the wild Atlantic way. When will you bring me my love? I'm counting down the days. When will you bring me my love along the wild Atlantic way? I watched you catch the fish near Dingle as the Corrib rode away. I'd wait for you till the half-light gloaming all along the wild Atlantic way. Sighting back from the Blackpool Head seems salted from the spray. The ocean looming out beyond us along the wild Atlantic way. When will you bring me my love? I'm counting down the days. When will you bring me my love along the wild Atlantic way?
Well done, Eileen. Johnny Lehan.
I think that I know you're from Cork. Would you be from Bandon or Old Bantry Bay? Or maybe you heard Chandon Bell far away. Would you be from Cove away down by the sea? Or the city of Cork on the banks of the Lee? Oh, you may
seat of Killarney wherever you go, and tell me a tale of the gap of the low. Just whistle a verse of the Rose of Tralee, then I know that you're Irish from Coontakeely. Oh, you may travel from Dublin to Old Galway Bay, see moonlight in Mayo, make love in the hay, where you're bowing with Molly Bon in Sligo Bay, then I know that you're Irish from Upleatham way. Now there's Irish in Boston and lots in New York, and in San Francisco a cute purple top. Now here is a toast to the Irish today, that it's grand to be Irish on St. Patrick's Day.
Goodbye, Johnny. Well done, Johnny. We're going to get our last singer here, and the boys are going to play something. Paddy and Donny and a couple of them are going to dance. I have said Stephen Cashman.
I've met some folks who say that I'm a dreamer, and I've no doubt there's truth in what they say. But sure, a body's bound to be a dreamer when all the things he loves are far away, and precious things are dreams unto an exile. They take him o'er the land across the sea, especially when it happens he's in exile from that dear lovely Isle of Innisfree. And when the moonlight peeps across the rooftops of this great city, wondrous though it be, I scarcely feel its wonder or its laughter. I'm once again back home in Innisfree. I wander o'er green hills, through dreamy valleys, to find a peace no other land can know. I hear the birds make music fit for angels, and watch the rivers laughing as they flow. And then into a humble shack I wander, the dear ones there I tenderly behold. The folks I love around the turf fire gather, on bended knee the rosary is told. But dreams don't last, though dreams are not forgotten, and soon I'm back to stern reality. Although they pave the footways here with gold dust, I still would choose the Isle of Innisfree.
Will you just bear with me for 1 second? 1 second before we wrap it up. This rambling house is originally a rambling house to be for the Linehan family, who their house had been fire back there in Gottkoosh. And they contacted Neely there a couple of weeks ago saying when Baby Grace the story came to light, that they wanted the rambling house to go to Baby Grace. So that was great for Derry Linehan and the Linehan family. So just look, again, want to thank everybody who helped out tonight, inside in the hall, outside the hall the last couple of weeks who helped out. Everybody, it still wouldn't happen without Neely and Anne, being honest. Yeah. So keep the clock going. And more importantly, the people here that come to this rambling house, I just look at the faces here. You're so nice, you're so good, and you're so good for supporting things, and I wish you all the best of luck. We're going to finish up, we're going to get Mike, Rosie maybe, or whoever, any musicians, the Connors that want to play out, Paddy and Mary, Johnny and Nuala, maybe we dance a bit of a half set here. We'll knock sparks off the floor here now, lads. And we go out on a high, but fair play, I'm sure that everybody really appreciate you being here tonight. Here we go. Good night, and Tim Cassan and Margaret as well. Come on. Come on. We're wrapping up. Come here.